I'm here in the Adelaide Hills. I just went to Harndorf for a beautiful coffee, and I'm here for an agricultural technology event, talking to other agtech leaders about the challenge and opportunities of agriculture technology. And agriculture, in terms of climate solutions, is a big opportunity and definitely a massively complex challenge. You have a situation where we produce significantly more food than we really need in the world, except that it doesn't get distributed evenly. It goes to the wealthy, who either overconsume it, which leads to obesity, diabetes and other health issues, or it gets wasted. We just throw it out. And then there are other parts of the world who don't have enough food. And producing food is actually a challenge too. We have producing meat, which proteins are important for human health. And meat is one of the ways to get proteins. As nations develop and as economies develop, they consume more and more meat. And if the developing nations consume meat the same way that developed nations consume it, then we're in a lot of trouble, because it takes a lot of carbon to produce a kilo of meat. So we've got to get more efficient in all that. We've got to distribute it much better. We've got to be able to produce agriculture and feed the world in a way that is both sustainable on the land, sustainable for farmers, for their jobs and economy and livelihoods, but also sustainable for the environment. And you factor in as well pesticides, fertilizer, that has really complex issues around carbon and greenhouse gas emissions equivalents. And then we also have methane production of meat as well. So look, it's a massively complicated problem. There's lots of solutions in agriculture technology, including how do you work in the soil, companies like Loam, and how do you manage the natural carbon assets with companies like Cecil, and how do you think about the data of a farm, companies like Regrow and AgriWeb. And then there's different kinds of foods, so V2, Fable, Nourish, and Vow, Australian technology companies creating different ways to produce food, which I think is also important. So yeah, I think there's lots of solutions possible, and we need lots of people trying to go and find them. It's not going to be easy or simple, but agriculture technology, massive amount of, I think it's about a third of all carbon emissions are produced by agriculture, and that's something we've really got to address.